everybody. This is a divine feminine reading for the period between the full moon in Taurus on the 19th of November and the new moon eclipse on the 4th of December in Sagittarius. So this is the divine feminine. It's connected to the divine masculine reading that was posted a few days ago. So the first column is where we're currently in and moving from. The middle column is what we're moving into, and the third column is how that evolves, what it evolves into. At the top we have the theme as such, what's coming in from the higher end. In the middle, it's how we're experiencing it in the real world, in our day-to-day lives, and then at the bottom is what the process is, what's at the foundation of it, what's supporting it, what's the underlying theme. So the top is like the overarching theme, and the bottom is the underlying theme. Essentially we're in a transition process, working through our darkest fears. You know, we've just come through the scorpionic energies of really going under the surface and pulling up our shadows and working through them. So coming in is daydreams and decisions. So that's accessing our higher mind, accessing our dreams, accessing the inflow of inspiration, and then making decisions, assessing it and making decisions on what we do in the real world. Traditionally that's the Seven of Cups, which is a whole load of choices to make. So it's really energetically choosing to the timeline you wish to follow through on, what you really want to ground into your life. Which timeline do you want to ground into your life? Which outcome do you want to ground into your life? How do you want your life to look? Aligning to it and anchoring it. So part of that process is, this is in between tarot, so it's between the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. So the Five of Wands is the battle in the real world, the internal battle with yourself and all the voices in your head, and how that reflects outward into the real world, and battling with all the characters outside that are challenging you and blocking your progress or causing problems for you. As you can see, all the figures in the background there. Whereas the Six of Wands is victory, success, overcoming all of that. So you can see there's the masculine and the feminine together. So I see that as the divine masculine, divine feminine within each of us, having both being crowned back to back though, but both being crowned with victory. But you can see all those shady figures in the background. So although they've won, they're awake, they're aware of the shadows, they're aware of what's still lurking, and yeah, they're awake to it, and they've mastered it. At the base of that is another Seven of Cups. I love the synchronicity, but this is the Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups. So this is a progress from that point of aligning to what you really want, grounding it, mastering the challenges in the way, and then moving towards the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from that which no longer serves, having made those decisions, having made that choice, aligning to it, physically taking the action to release that which is not that. And that flower there symbolizes awakening. So both of these to me symbolize awakening, like really seeing what's what, and knowing what you're up against, but mastering it and moving forward and leaving behind. This one here, choose your battles, is very related to this, I think. You know, you're awake, you've seen what you're up against. You no longer want to fight waste your time fighting against something where it's not going to have any effect, where no one's going to hear you, where it's not going to make any change. It's better just to release it. So I believe this is upside down because we're still in a process of working through that. We might still be a bit attached to some of those things, or to being right about things, or to hurts or beliefs. Even though we can see them, we might still be going through that process of walking away, because we're not yet at the Eight of Cups. So we're walking away, but we're still really, the reason it's upside down, it's a little bit blocked. We're not quite at the walking away stage. We're still seeing it clearly and realizing there's no point fighting this battle. There's no point pushing on this. There's no point taking further action. The action is to walk away in the direction of my desires and what is aligned to me, and where I am valued, and where I can make a difference, where what I say or do has a positive effect. And so this one is the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. It's actually a rite of initiation. So as you are confronting your darkest fears, and I love how the moon, the cycles of the moon are there, because it is very much aligned to the astrology at the moment, which is taking us into our depths and into our darkness and working through them. And it is a cycle, like the cycles of the moon, and we are just between a full moon, and we're preparing for a new moon eclipse. It's like a rite of initiation, but as you can see, there's a bit of resistance here. There's a bit of resistance to this initiation. So this is also initiation. You know, they've come through the battle. They've graduated. They've won. So this is an initiation is always a challenge you've come across that you've mastered, and then move to the next level. And having moved to the next level, you can choose where you're going next. Like, do I want another initiation? Or what's my next initiation? How do I move higher? How do I expand? And that, of course, brings us to this Death card. It's from the Death to the Temperance. So the Death is really the releasing of the old things that no longer work, walking away from the battles you don't want to fight. And as we're saying here, what's the next challenge that's going to take you higher, that you're ready for because you've graduated to the next level. So the Death is the letting go of the old life that had those things in that were not aligned to you, that were not part of what you're creating here, that are not serving you. And the Temperance is the coming into balance and the integration, things coming right. And you can see that is the phoenix rising from the island, from the isolation. So I see this as you having been really going inner and working out what's right for you. And that, as that's an inner process, it's separated by water, which is the emotions, from the rest of the material world. So it's an inner process. It's like going into a cave and then the emergence. But you're emerging with wings, right? And you're golden. As you've really expanded and grown and graduated, you've earned your wings. You've earned your wings, right? And so then the awaiting results, I see that as an extension of that phoenix, because the roots are golden. So it's like the new you that's earned its wings, that's golden. It's like it's left golden roots in the ground, golden seeds which are now growing, and you're embodying those golden seeds. And it looks to me like that golden heart looks to me like an apple that's growing on the tree, a golden apple. And I've had a lot of symbology about golden apples in the Garden of Eden, which I see as the 5D grounding as we move into the golden new era, the Garden of Eden, the new earth. So you're planting the seeds of the new earth through your own life, through embodying your true soul's desires, and your belief in yourself and in your ability to manifest it, and in your soul's purpose. So this card is called Renewal of Purpose, this Phoenix rising, and that's you planting the seeds of your renewed purpose and taking action and making it happen with new vitality. So you can see that's vibrant, it's got all the colours of the rainbow, it's musical, it's expressing the higher truth in the real world, making it real, affecting others with the sound of your song, raising them higher. So it's all very beautiful. So now if you're watching this from YouTube or Instagram, this is where the reading ends. So I hope you've received what you need from the information that's come through for this Divine Feminine process at this time. You will have also been receiving codes through the transmission, because I'm in a channeling state, and that will be transferred to you if you can receive them. For those that want to receive the extended, you can follow the link down below to Patreon, to the Heart of Gold 2222 on Patreon. It's free to follow me there. Everything that I do that's free across all my YouTube channels and my Instagram channels are all put in the one place on Patreon. You just log in as you do to Instagram or to YouTube, and then you can just follow me, and everything that's free that I do is there all in one place. Then additionally to that, if you want more readings and more content and even personal readings, there's different tiers that you can join from as little as £3.33 a month. If you want to receive the rest of this reading, the extended version, we're going to bring in codes for new beginnings. We're going to help you really ground those new seeds that you're bringing in for the timeline that you're aligning to. It's about another 10 minutes, I think. So yeah, please feel free to follow. You can follow the link down below. You won't be charged, you'll just be shown what the options are. Yeah, otherwise I'll see you next time for all of the free content that I provide on YouTube and Instagram. Blessings.